Hello everyone! Today is the day I've been waiting for. I had an awful experience recently. I was supposed to go to Ghana for a volunteer trip, part of my charity, Change Your Stars Foundation. Check it out, CYSFoundation.org. Cancelled because of COVID. I was at the airport, madness, really disheartened. Probably top 5 saddest I've been in the COVID period, top 3 probably. And I came home and I decided to do my favorite thing, like I needed pick-me-up, so I ordered Hungry Howie's pizza, wings, and I just want to eat all the pickles. Typically that's what I do when I'm sad, I just eat all the pickles. Pickles are my favorite food. If you don't know that, I think a lot of you do. I'm the #1 connoisseur in the world of pickles. I used to eat pickles by like jars by the daily. So bad, my mom actually used to put like dates on every jar of pickles that her and my grandma made, so that I could only eat them like after like the week. It was an addiction. I had an addiction, like a pickle addiction. Like Tiger Woods had a sex addiction, I had a pickle addiction. Similar, I'm sure there's other examples of addictions that are also, but that one seemed apropos, I guess. Maybe it didn't, I don't know. But I am here. This is something I've been looking forward to since the beginning of time. The land before time. Since Littlefoot, like back in the 80s. Ducky, Petrie, Sarah. Poor Ducky, by the way. If you didn't know, the voice of Ducky, Land Before Time, she was actually murdered with her mother by her father after that. So this got dark. I don't know what. Land Before Time, Ducky. That's an awful story. Happiness, back to happiness. Back to my favorite food. The favorite thing we're gonna do. We got all the pickles scoured near and far. The ones that didn't make the cut are the basic ass ones that are just regular and not good. Aside from one actually, and kind of two, but I don't even like these that much, but they're just here, they're basic again. I had them in the fridge. McClure's didn't make it. I've heard great things about McClure's. I couldn't find them anywhere. So if you can't find it easily accessible, you're out of the voting, as far as I'm concerned. These are for the easy accessible in every city. And you know, there's a few, like Mount Olive, I think is local-ish to Arizona or the Southwest, I'm not sure. But here we are, we're gonna try them out. I was gonna grade them all on like crispness, freshness, taste, but I think it all just kind of comes into like one realm of just like what the best pickle is. And yeah, we're gonna get started. I don't know how I'm gonna not crunch on TV. These don't count so much, the Mrs. Klein's hot mix, but if you're making Bloody Marys, they've got this cauliflower, like Mrs. Klein's, I'll tell you, like they just make like your tongue like water, you know what I'm saying, whatever, your mouth water. They've got these cauliflowers that you put them in your Caesars, the Canadian Caesars, which check it out on the site, inspiredtravelEat.com. But yeah, the broccoli or cauliflower that goes in the Bloody Mary just kind of like soaks it all up. And they're really tangy and sour and spicy, so good. We're going on to the Sucker Punch. I already know how I feel about all these, but and you're gonna hear it. I was excited to try Sucker Punch. I really was. I was gonna give him a try. I gave him a try. But Sucker Punch, if you're watching, don't put, what is it in here? Like coriander. You've got your spices in here are just all wrong. It tastes, I don't know if it's a coriander or like a clove. They're not good. I mean, to be honest, they're my least favorite of these all. They're not good. They have like some weird, almost like not necessarily a sweet spice, but like a holiday spice in them. At 1 to 10, I'm gonna give them a 4, which is sad because I was really excited. They had the little guy punching. Sucker Punch, you're just doing too much. Talk to me if you want, you know, to get to the next level of pickles. I know some people may like them, but if you want mass appeal, you got to take out the holiday spices. Like whatever this number is. You can see all the little holiday spices in there. Just not, no bueno. Pucker Up, Rick's Picks, which I think they also have spicy beans. Spicy beans are actually incredible. These are on the list. They're not pickles, but they're one of my favorite things on earth. We'll get there. I think Rick's Picks also does them, and their spicy beans are pretty solid as well. So two things. I think the cucumbers that they use are just really like seedy, or it's just weird. And aside from that, they're kind of basic and watery tasting. They remind me of like standard store-bought. Like they're actually probably the least flavorful of all the at Aldi's. It says they're low sodium, low calorie, gluten-free. I think all pickles are gluten-free, so that's just smart. But yeah, I think they're just very basic. Like there's not, I don't taste a lot of dill, I don't taste a lot of garlic, maybe like a lot of water. Like I taste water. Like water, maybe a touch of garlic, and no dill, no vinegar. 1 to 10. Did I even do a 1 to 10 on these? I think I said 3, right? I'm gonna give these a 3 as well, because while these have like a weird taste, these just really don't have a lot of taste, to be too honest. Bubbies. I hate to shit on Bubby, which I assume she's German or Ukrainian or Russian, which is all my grandparents. Someone was like, you have to try Bubbies, they're the greatest ever. And they have this thing about saying like they're fermented correctly, where it's like all cloudy. Back in like when my whole family makes pickles, the best pickles by the way, each side. When it's cloudy, typically that's when like the jar didn't seal correctly. So, yeah. I don't know if cloudy is what you want. Like apparently that's how it's properly fermented. I guess I'm sure they do, like these aren't all spoiled pickles. But regardless, just something's off. Well, we'll bite into it. Someone said they love these. Again, like the sucker punch, I forget, these ones had something weird. Mustard seed. Why would you ruin pickles with mustard seed? Like let's just throw ketchup seed in there and mayonnaise seed and I don't know, Toyota Thon in there. Like it just makes no sense. I think without the mustard seed, they'd go up 3 to 4 levels. I'm sure there's odd people out there who do like mustard and mustard seed. Not here. I'm not one of those people. So again, I'm giving you like a 4 or a 5, and these are people, I've heard people say that, well, one person said they liked them, and she's probably watching now, and honestly, you're way off base. I'm sorry. You can unfollow me like some people have recently because my outbursts about COVID. That's fine. Just kidding, don't. You seem like a nice person. Yeah. So no sugar added. They're just, I'm sorry, again, just weird seasonings. So here's the basics. You want to taste dill, garlic, vinegar. You don't need to go like with all this extra shit in there. And I'm sure there are the odd people who like them, but if you want mass appeal, stick to the basics, honey. Stick to the basics. Speaking of too many sweet and sour pickles, they're not in here. I think they're just called sweet pickles because that's how fucking terrible they are. Sweet pickles suck. They're awful. So, there's that one company, Famous Dave's. No, Famous Dave. I'm sure some people do like sweet pickles, and some people like killing human beings. Some people are mass murderers. I'm not saying you are, just saying there's certain things, increments of life that lead you to these terrible decisions of killing people. Like I'm sure Ducky's dad ate sweet pickles. That's terrible. We're gonna edit that out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I've been upset about COVID and my flight. Hopefully, yeah, I don't mean it. We'll edit it out. We might not, because some people have a dark sense of humor like me. Vlasic pickles. A lot of the Vlasic world of pickles didn't make the cut. I only did it just because they're like easy to access for like slice for sandwiches. But They are good. So like 4 or 5, 4, 3 or 4, 4 out of 5 out of 10. Vlasic, I'm gonna give like a 6 to a 7. But again, they're just kind of basic. And also what's interesting, you can tell what's kind of fresh is when it's just super green, like extra coloring was added. Where to be fair, like these are pretty clear. These have a pretty clear substance. Grillo's clear, Clausen clear. But then like the overly manufactured ones, they're all like greeny because you know that they're not fresh. Tons of preservatives and just will hurt your stomach. Speaking of hurt my stomach, I took my stomach relief pills because this is gonna hurt, I'm sure. But yeah, so freshness, normally clear. You want things clear, not green and all that. Mrs. Klein's. I don't know, they're local-ish. Maybe it says on the can, I'll try not to. Phoenix, they are from Phoenix, Arizona. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna message you, Mrs. Klein. Naturally fermented, so this is what's weird. Naturally fermented here, naturally fermented and cloudy. I don't know. I don't get it. Let's try these out. These are the hot, they've got hot and regular. Wow, hot these work. Whew. Now these, huh. I love that. Again, I would put these hot in the Bloody Mary or the Caesars, but wow, they're hot. Again, I feel like they're just a touch over preserved, if you will. However, I do love them. So I'm giving these at least an 8. Hold on. At least an 8. Room to move to a 9 probably. I mean, I would bet people will go 8 to 9. Especially the hot for Bloody Marys. A 9 if you're putting them in like Caesar's Bloody Marys. A random outlier. I was in Walmart, which I don't know if you like rich people know. Walmart's kind of like this utopia place where it's basically a mixture of like a Brookstone, a Whole Foods, like a Nordstrom Rack, but a Subway, all in one place. So you can go to like Walmart and just kind of get like tons of stuff all at once. It's tremendous. Aside from the one that's like 10 minutes from my house, very scary. Do not go to that one. Just don't. But anyways, I got these at Walmart, and for like the basic versions that they are, look, I wanted to eat them all, and for like a month ago, I saved just a couple left because it's like whenever I do this, these have to be included. That's how good they were. Oh, let me get them. Again, the preservatives, not a fan. The more preservatives, the more they hurt your stomach. Like our homemade pickles, I could eat a jar, stomach's fine. You eat like, I don't know, a quarter a jar or even less of these, stomach hurts. Any of the kind of name or the regular name brand ones, it messes up your stomach because all the preservatives and shit in there. Anyways, try these. Mouth's still a little bit on fire. These just remind me of like the ones that you get at Subway or really a lot of the places that are just kind of real slutty but so good. Just packed with flavor. Love these. Again, I'm gonna go 8 to a 9. They're at Walmart. They're just like those basic, not even basic, I don't know, they're just really good. I don't get it. So, what did we give the Vlasics? Oh yeah, we said what we gave the Vlasics. Well, good. We got it. I'm gonna go an 8.5. 8.5 for these. I mean, they're very surprising. I don't know if they make like regular full pickles. I'm sure they do. I would like to try those at some point. Maybe I will. Walmart, send me some. We're on to the Clausens. Again, freshness, as we've preached. You really find the best pickles, they cannot go warm. They gotta stay cold, so they stay fresh and crisp. All these here stay warm, and because they need to stay warm, they need a lot of preservatives, which mess up, you know, the taste, and the freshness, the crispness, all that kind of stuff. So already out of the gates, you know, the ones that are kept in the cold areas typically are better. Now they're a little bit more expensive, but in most cases it's worth it. On to the Clausens, which were my favorite store-bought pickles for quite some time until a newcomer came along. I didn't have to bite into that, I guess, because I already know what it tastes like. I guess I just wasted time, your time, and talking with my mouth full. But Claussen were my favorite. Incredible. I'm gonna give them a 9. Yeah, a 9 at least. Some people maybe go to a 9.5, maybe, but that's tough. I would go a 9 is great. Matt and Steve's. We're on to the extreme beans. Again, I don't need to open them. Are they even open already? Oh, they are. Order them on Amazon, or if you can get them random other places. They might be my favorite pickled thing of all time. Better than pickles. Honestly, like these maybe might be my favorite food ever. So Matt and Steve's, try them. They're spicy. They're good. For some reason these are a little soft. They could be crunchier. Normally they are a bit crunchier. That kind of sucks. Is it Matt and Steve's, right? Yeah, Matt and Steve's, just a heads up. These ones end up really soft. But yeah, aside from that one I just had, normally one of my favorites, the Bloody Mary Savior and Caesar Savior. If you want the best Bloody Mary recipe ever, go to the site. Now we're on to Grillos, which is moderately new on the scene in the cold aisle. They're kind of hard to find. They're at most, I think they're at every Whole Foods, and they're about $7 to $8, I want to say. But they often have, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you'll get discounts quite often. They're also going into Safeways. They're growing. They have to be growing because they're that good. They are the best pickles in the world outside of my grandmother's. So, and my grandmother passed away, so I guess my aunt makes them. So I guess it'd still be like my grandmother's recipe. I don't even know, maybe it's her grandmother's recipe. So, aside from that, these are the best. You didn't need to know that. I don't even know why I said that. I went with the Ducky and her awful passing. It's been a rough week. Rough week. But I'm enjoying pickles. I still have a lot. I gotta finish all these, so that's exciting. There's spicy ones, and the spicy ones are so good. Another thing that I kind of randomly love about Grillos is I've eaten 100 jars of these, and not all the jars taste the same, which could be, you know, like I'm sure like every jar of these tastes the same. Every jar of these tastes the same, which you want consistency. And it's not like they taste vastly different. Just sometimes like they do have, like, you can tell one was made with a little bit more love, one was made with a little bit more spice, a little more garlic. And it just shows that it's not just like a machine doing. I don't know what I was doing there. But it's not just a machine. I assume there's just like a lot of lovely grandmothers just hand cutting things and putting them in the jar, sealing them correctly with like the little mini shoe things like Geppetto, adding in the dill, picking the dill from the garden. That's what I picture is at the Grillos facility. Now watch them get busted for some sort of like awful working conditions like Nike in the 90s. I'll be very upset. But until that happens, Grillos, you're my favorite. It's not gonna happen. Sorry. Yeah. Until it happens. It's not gonna happen because I'm sure they're a great company and I love them. They're the best pickles on earth. Go try them. This is the InspiredTravelEat.com Ultimate Pickle Taste Test. I hope you're still watching. Grillos pickles, my favorite. Get them now. And you can also, Claussen's good. The Matt and Steve's for the Bloody Marys, gotta get that. These for the Bloody Marys, get that. These for like picnics, family get-togethers where you need lots of sandwiches and you don't want to cut up stuff. These Bloody Marys, and just if you're in Phoenix, support local. Great. None of the other ones. None. Don't buy them. Ever. Unless they pay me and I tell you to. Just kidding. Alright, bye.